Hi, I'm Tim,
I'm Karen.
and welcome to this episode of Living a French Life. Today we're going to kind of give you a walkthrough of the whole first floor of the house, except we're in Europe, so that means it's the ground floor.
It's the ground floor.
Yeah.
Yes.
In France, the rez-de-chaussée.
That's true. It's not very big, so it won't take very long. Let's go. This is my favorite part of the house. It's a sink. It's built into the actual side of the house. It's a part of the structure of the house. It's enormous. And there's going to be a question about how we're going to plumb this sink. That's going to be a big puzzle. We're going to just keep the original way that the water has exited the sink, which is just out the back, which is also out to the exterior. We'll figure out a way that we need to deal with that drain system. And then we need to think of something about coating the inside so it's easy to keep clean. What we're going to do about the outside. There's been cement to stabilize it on the top, so perhaps maybe we'll do some sort of a stain to bring it all together. I don't know. It's gonna be quite a project, but it is the favorite part of the house.
Another thing that we're going to have to deal with in this room is the floor. It is up and down, side to side. That corner is about 4 inches higher than that corner over there. Much of that has to do with what we'll see when we get down into the cave and we see the underlying structure. There's some serious problems there that we're going to have to deal with. These boards are kind of cool. They're not wide plank, but they're not small plank either. Looks like they're probably some pine, and they're just face nailed in. So we're going to do our best to save this because Karen's going to do something really special here for the floor. She's bouncing around the idea of making her own stone floor tiles. I've seen some pictures of what she wants to do. It's going to be fantastic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and save all of these boards because this is the same wood that's on the floor upstairs in the premier étage. And we're hoping that we're going to get one good floor out of the boards that I can save.
What we currently have are 2 smaller rooms, and what we'd like to do is to take out that center wall. We've got to wait until after the exterior back wall is stabilized, but then we can come in, pull off the render, and remove the wall, creating one really nice sized room where we're going to do most of our living. It's where we'll write, it's where we'll read, paint, and dine. So it's going to be pretty important. We want a space that's going to have a little bit more light out of it. So then on the back wall, what we hope to do is to create French doors on the back wall that will let in more light and also provide the view over the Selle Valley.
Well, my turn now. So you can see some things in this room that indicate there might be some trouble. So the first thing I noticed was up here, and what I noticed is that the floor joists look to be moving away from the center beam. That could be a problem. And I said, all right, so what's causing that? And then I looked over here and I saw these large cracks in the plaster. And if you can see where the plaster's been taken off, there's actually some cracks in where the stones have been put together. And that means that this whole wall right here has been moving this way. Now, that could just be from over the years. It could be because they dug some land out on the other side and it caused a weak spot. It doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to be moving now, and we're going to sturdy it all up with a system of tie rods and anchors, wall anchors. You might have seen these in California or in South Carolina. They call them earthquake bolts. The idea is that you've got a plate, you've got your wall, so you make a plate that goes against the wall, and you have a rod that goes all the way through to the other side of the house with another plate. And you just kind of gently squeeze it together. We're not going to try to move this wall back into position. I talked with the structural engineer about that, and he said, you have to do that very slowly. He said it might take up to 10 years to get the stones to go back into place if you want to do it in such a way that you don't get what the French mason that we brought out called tombe, tumble. The whole wall would fall down. So we don't want that to happen. So all we're going to do is just stabilize it. We're going to have one just above this level and just below this level. And that's going to just hold the whole building together, keeping it nice and safe and allowing us to put in Karen's fantastic French doors.
These are the original stairs, and one of the ways we're going to keep our budget tight is by reusing as many of the materials already in the house that's here. And one of the things we'd like to do is reuse the stairs, but they aren't going to live here in their next life. Imagine the stairs going here where this wheat thresher currently is. What we're going to do is going to reposition the steps so that in this corner along this wall, you'll take a step up, arrive at a small landing, and then ascend the staircase into the upstairs space. This will allow you to go into the larger part of the space. Instead, the way the stairs are positioned now, you will wind up going inside the small of the eave, and it's not as comfortable.
All right, so what we have here is some antique electric supply. There are, this is so old, I don't even know what to do with this. If you look at this outlet, these outlets have been long discontinued. These light switches, discontinued, can't do it. The electricity in the pipe, can't do it anymore. It's all illegal in France. Now, Karen has found a modern version of this little switch because she likes the little toggles. They're really kind of cool. And okay, fine, so we will do that. But there's only like 4 wires running through this house. And we have got to call in to the folks at EDF, the Électricité de France, and hopefully they're going to be changing out this supply system, putting it into a modern box down in the cave.
Go.
Okay, so this is the cave. Now, we're very fortunate that they really overbuilt this back in the day. Big honking timbers. These are over 8 inches, and it's really great because the bugs have gotten at it over the years. And if they hadn't overbuilt it, it would not be standing anymore. There's still a lot of good wood in here. This big, massive beam here with this giant stone holding up the kind of the center of the house. This was really great at the time. Way overbuilt, very strong. But as you're going to see in a moment, there's a problem. So as you can see, this beam is really bad and it has to go. However, now with modern techniques, steel, some good engineered lumber, we're not sure exactly how we're going to attack this, but a lot of this is going to be replaced. We're going to hopefully save a bunch of it so it feels really authentic. And like I said, we're still trying to figure out exactly the best way to go about this. So as I said, there's a lot of good wood left in here, and we're very fortunate that all this insect damage is old. None of it is active. We'll treat it again, anything that we do decide to save, so that we don't have to worry about it in the future. And as I say, we're going to be replacing much of this, and we're going to save as much as we can. That's going to do it for episode 1 of Living a French Life. And join us next time when
I have no idea.
We're going to handle one of the big 4.
Oh.
We're going to get the municipal water supply hooked up to the house. And that's pretty exciting. We're also going to take a quick trip down to Cajarc for the Saffron Festival.
It's a lovely city.
It's pretty terrific. Yeah. So, do the thing. Subscribe, push the buttons, whatever. And we'll see you then.
À tout à l'heure.
It's a pretty clean morning. I take a walk outside, and I'm about to fly.
It's good.
Tilt it a little bit more down, and then you'll lose 10 pounds. And so will I.
Okay.
Lay down your hurts and pain, 'cause it's a new day. 'cause it's a new day.